There was a moment in old Hollywood that people still whisper about decades later. Not because it was planned, not because it was scandalous by today's standards, but because it captured something rare, the instant when glamour collided with vulnerability in front of the entire world. And at the center of that unforgettable moment stood Ann-Margret, one of the most magnetic stars of her generation. A single outfit, flashing cameras, a split second that turned into entertainment history. But the real story behind those famous photos goes far deeper than most people realize. By the time this happened, Ann-Margret was already a phenomenon. She wasn't just another actress walking red carpets for attention. She had become one of the defining faces of 1960s and 70s Hollywood, blending beauty, talent, and explosive energy in a way audiences had never quite seen before. Whether starring alongside Elvis Presley in Viva Las Vegas or captivating audiences with her live performances, she had a presence that seemed almost impossible to ignore. People didn't just watch Ann-Margret. They felt her energy through the screen. But fame during that era came with a hidden danger most fans never understood. Celebrities lived under relentless scrutiny long before social media existed. Every public appearance became a potential headline. Every wardrobe choice became a conversation. And for actresses especially, the pressure was brutal. Hollywood demanded perfection while simultaneously waiting for imperfection to appear. That contradiction created enormous emotional weight behind the scenes. When those revealing photographs surfaced, tabloids immediately focused on shock value. That's what sold magazines back then. But what's fascinating is how differently people view the moment today. Looking back now, the images say less about exposure and more about the impossible expectations placed on women in entertainment. One accidental moment became frozen in time forever. Imagine carrying that with you while the entire world watches. Yet, Ann-Margret handled it with something many modern celebrities struggle to maintain: grace. She didn't collapse under embarrassment. She didn't disappear from the spotlight. Instead, she continued building a legendary career that lasted decades. That resilience became part of her legacy. Because underneath the glamorous image was a woman constantly navigating fame, judgment, and personal struggle while still performing at the highest level. What many younger viewers don't know is that Ann-Margret endured serious hardships behind the scenes. In 1972, she suffered a devastating stage accident in Lake Tahoe that nearly ended her career. She broke multiple bones in her face and jaw after falling from a platform during a performance. For many stars, that would have been the end. But not for her. She fought through pain, recovery, and public pressure to return stronger than before. That kind of determination changes how you see moments like these. Suddenly, they stop being gossip stories and become proof of human resilience. And maybe that's why people remain fascinated by Ann-Margret all these years later. She represented a kind of Hollywood glamour that felt alive and unpredictable. Not carefully scripted. Not filtered through public relations teams. Real stars back then carried mystery because audiences only saw fragments of their lives. One photograph could shape public perception forever. But in the end, the outfit was never the true story. The real story was the woman inside it. A performer who survived fame without losing her spark. A woman who turned vulnerability into strength without ever asking for sympathy. Decades later, Ann-Margret still reminds people that true icons aren't remembered because they looked perfect. They're remembered because they remained unforgettable, even when life caught them off guard.